Hi guys, and welcome back to 247 Onliners. And today we are going to focus on an interesting video. We are going to get an insight of Bugishu circumcision in Uganda. So guys, if you're new here, please don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel, and also follow me in all the social media, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, at 247 Onliners. So guys, today in my channel I have a visitor who will help us understand the Bugishu circumcision ritual. My visitor, welcome to my channel.
Thank you.
Yeah, please introduce yourself.
What's up and greetings everybody. I'm very glad to have me on the channel.
Okay.
My name is Osie The Born Child, a Ugandan but also an African traveler. I'm also a content creator, been traveling around here and there until I landed here in Nairobi, Kenya.
Okay.
I'm very glad to be here, and I wish you guys keep supporting a sister.
Okay. So guys, Osie,
Yes.
The Born Child.
Yes.
Do you know of the circumcision that the Bugishu community undergo?
Well,
Or are you one of them? Have you gone through the circumcision for the Bugishu community?
like myself,
Okay.
I'm not like 100% Bugishu. But my village, in my shags, you guys call it the shags,
The village.
like consists almost 65% of the Bugishu. And actually have many friends who are Bugishu.
Okay.
And I've been to the circumcision ceremony multiple times that I've lost count. So yeah, I know.
You have an idea.
Not an idea, actually, no. Yeah.
You know what
It's
goes
more than
on.
an idea, yeah.
More
I
than
know,
an
yeah.
idea. Okay. Osie,
Yes.
can you tell us, can you make us understand what the preparations that goes on before the circumcision ceremonies goes on to the person who is undergoing the cut, to the community, to the family, to the parents? How do they prepare for the occasion?
Well, it is actually a big celebration. It's a big function that some families have to communicate to whoever it may concern. And when you say to whoever it may concern, it means it concerns everybody in the family.
Okay.
So they communicate prior for those that are in town to all come, because it is a big function. Why are we calling it a big function? This is a ceremony purposely that transits someone from being a boy to a man. A boy to a man, to the extent even if someone was circumcised at the age of 8 and they were strong, they did not show fear during the cut, that person is seen as a man. From being a boy to being a man, that even if somebody was mature and was not strong during the cut, he is not allowed to sit in the men's conference. So that is how powerful it is. So the preparation takes place that families gather in the home of the father of the son who is going to receive the cut, or is going to looking forward to be circumcised. Everything is done traditionally. So they gather first and foremost the clothing, because the circumcision does not just happen right away. It actually takes on some families like a week, some families like 3 days. In this due process is all to celebrate the transition or the ceremony. And also, because this person is going to be circumcised, if at all he was of my age or someone around 18 in a working class, he will not be working. So it is during that process that they have to gather all the finances or all the help that he will need when he has a wound. So he has to prepare before the circumcision. So what they do, they go around families, friends or well-wishers, with him decorated in the traditional attire. There is a headrobe they get for him. They get some decorations on the chest, and he puts on a short. And also there is So some words really don't have English names. but they are decorated like in a kind of beautiful way. I don't know if you can just look for a picture and show that. So the function goes around, and the more you show strength during the cut, the more manly you are considered.
Really?
Actually, the very person who's going to receive a cut himself can pledge or can say, if for example you had a brother and this brother was circumcised, upon circumcision they poured water or pili or hot pepper, yeah?
Where?
So you can want to break that record.
Where?
Should I, what else is circumcised, of course? Then,
really?
Yes. So if for example in my family, if we are 10 boys,
okay,
and our brother maybe did his ceremony, during the ceremony, and for example went from Nairobi during the ceremony and walked on foot in that process to Mombasa, I will want to challenge that on mine, before I'm circumcised, I will walk from maybe Nairobi to some distance that is more than Mombasa. Yeah. And then on the day they put a spot where you will stand. And when you come, the person with the knife, very sharp, it's a specific kind of knife with only approved person. And those people also are special in a way that they are respected. You must be a professional in that field, of course. So when they come, depending on what you prayed, I'll do this and this and this and this. Of course, you have been saying this. Okay, like you can say, Chalelo hoy. So like today, I prayed, I'll do this, and even if what or what, I'll not show fear. So you have to prove that on the final day. So when you come and jump to that spot, usually it's a rag or some piece, wherever they put that this is where you'll jump, you'll be circumcised from, and land, and you receive the first cut. Everybody is looking in your eyes. You don't have to blink, and down they are cutting. Remember, it's usually 2 layers. So they cut. And when they cut, depending on what you promised, because someone can be like, they will pour 20 jerry cans of water. You get? Remember, water itches and like all the challenges. Someone can be like, after receive the first cut, maybe they'll put ash on it. Or they'll put pili, or they'll put some harsh kinds of stones and make it real tough. So you don't blink, you want to show. Or some people can raise their hands like this, or someone can get maybe a stick and hold it backwards. Depending, you come up with a unique style that will of course outstand from everybody that has ever gone into that situation. Yeah. Wow. So if you are told you promise and deliver, they respect. If you promised and shaked amidst the process, they disrespect. Yeah.
Wow, guys, I hope you've heard that. So Osie, what is the importance of that thing that is applied on the head, on the face? Does it have any importance?
Yeah, to me I think it has. It is just as a wedding. This, you can look at it as a wedding. You don't want to go to a wedding when everybody is dressed like the bride. So this is the bride on that ceremony. So it is to differentiate him from the rest. It's kind of beautifying that, because there's a lot, hundreds, if not for these days that we cannot gather in big numbers, you can find a gathering of 1,000 people all celebrating that one person, because he is transiting from being a boy to a man. Actually, that is when after you can be allowed maybe to sit with the elders in the community, where maybe you take drinks as elders. In the Bugishu kingdomship, you don't go on a pot of elders if you have never done the circumcision. Or if you did the circumcision and showed fear, then you also seen as a lady or a kid. Actually, it is so shameful that if somebody showed fear on the ceremony or on the circumcision, they can even disappear from the village. Or if somebody did not do the circumcision and they are due their age, they don't go back to their communities. Or it is so serious that some families want to keep the legacies of the families. If you reach to be a man my size and you have not done it, wherever you are, they will look for you, take you back home, and circumcise you.
Really?
Yeah, I know the pastor is my good friend. I know if you're seeing this video, no personal feelings, but he was got from church in Kampala and taken back. Unfortunately, he had already gone into the hospital and circumcised in the hospital. But he is like not respected, though he doesn't mind because he's now a pastor. Yeah.
There's somewhere I was watching. Then somebody explained or commented that if you're not circumcised and you are a Bugisu, and by good luck you die, and they realize you didn't circumcise, that they can take you from the mortuary, they circumcise you before you're buried.
Yes,
is it true?
Yes, that's how it used to be. Actually, myself witnessed it somehow. Or if not from the mortuary, you see, in an African setting, in different communities, if somebody dies, there is rituals that are done on that person. So they don't do the same rituals to you as the same rituals that is supposed to be done on a man. So yeah.
And for women's, are women's usually welcomed in the ceremony? Or
Yes.
For men?
It's actually the women that that beautifies it, because there is a specific dance, the kadodi. There is no enough space I could have demonstrated for you. So there is a specific dance for the ladies where they wiggle their waist like there is no bones, and also the men, like it's a gathering, the ceremony that brings them together before the final day. So they celebrate all these days according to how prepared was the family, of course. Some do for a week, some for 3 days. How prepared was they?
So, Osie the Born Child, like after how long after this boy, after circumcision, after how long does it take for him to heal?
Usually, everything is really done traditionally. So, it depends at what age have you been circumcised. If you get circumcised at my age, it is challenging. It can take longer because we have feelings, we have thoughts. You find this guy had a girlfriend or a wife. So for every time you get this mind into, every time it goes back. So it depends. And if someone is circumcised at a younger age, when they don't have really much of those thoughts,
it's easier.
Yeah, it's easier. Yeah.
Oh, so something else. You said that when you're taking the cut, they just cut, as in there's no like they do it the traditional way.
With
there's
a knife.
No like
it's a knife. Actually,
like
as you jump, by the time you land, he has already, like that's how is a profession. By the time you land, he has caught the thing up. So by the time you land, it's off.
Oh, there is no like, do they apply any medicine after cutting, or is there something?
Yes, after cutting,
to make
of course,
the bleeding stop.
After cutting and like all the showing of braveness and manhood, then they take good care of the bride. In this picture, see him as a bride. They take really good care to make sure that he cures well. Or like there is actually an interesting part. After cutting, when the circumcision is done, they get a chair, put him aside, and he sits like legs widely open with the thingy in between for everyone to come and witness. So he has to keep a calm face for whoever comes to ask her how was the experience and everything. So for that experience to go in there to see the bride, people pay money to go see if it was real, not an acted thing. Yeah.
So Osie, what's your take on this child being circumcised in front of people, as in everybody is seeing you. Do you think it's against human it's against human being, as in to you, is it wrong?
No, like I get where you come from. Talking from the perspective of my name being Osie The Born Child, I'm so pan-African. I actually wish I was a Bugishu. Like, it is so much respect I've been in their society. I would want to prove I am man enough
To be
as an
circumcised in
African.
front of people.
But what I don't concede with is it should not be forceful. If somebody does not want, for example, in the instance of a pastor, my friend that I referred to, let that person not be forced. There are people like me who would want to do it willingly. Let those be the ones to be circumcised because they will. But I've seen a lot of guys, when it reaches that time and he knows in this year I'm gonna be circumcised, they even lose weight. Some go far away from their families and never return. So that's the only thing that I don't consent with. But otherwise, to me, I like the fact that every society should have their differences and respect to those, because those are the things that make us who we are. And that's why someone from outside will come inside to know what is in there or what that society has to offer, but not to force.
Is there like a harassment, mocking before this boy gets a cut by the other older men or those who have undergone the same ritual?
So it's not harassment. I should say harassment is after the cut. If you did not show braveness, actually, you can never feel impressed ever again if you did not. In my village, there is a man I know until his death. He was always isolated. Reason, he did not show braveness during that ceremony.
So I'm supposed to be
yeah, supposed to be a man.
I stand still.
Yes.
I look at the one who is circumcising on the eyes.
You don't look at him, actually. You look. So it depends which pose you chose. Did you choose to put up your arms? Did you choose to hold your waist? Did you choose your style? But you don't change. You don't blink. So even if a fly comes and lands in your eyes, you don't change
the position.
Yeah, the position. No, it doesn't take that long. Yeah. I'm just so disappointed that I was not circumcised that way.
Is there like a specific time when these boys are taken for a cut, like maybe in the morning or in the evening? Is there a specific time?
Yes, there is a specific time, but that lies in the category when you say someone can pray that I want to be circumcised very early in the morning, during lunchtime or evening time. Yeah.
Is there anything else you would like to share?
Yeah, well, what I would like to say, not really to share, I would like to first appreciate you for hosting me and having me on the channel, and also to pass this as a disclaimer that whatsoever that I've shared in the video, those are my views depending on personal experience. And also, if there is someone who knows beyond what I know, you can please agree or disagree, or come in the comment section, give us what you know. We are down to welcome new thoughts. But yeah, to me, I think it's a good thing to someone who embraces it. Yeah.
So guys, we've had the experience of the Bugishu circumcision ceremony rituals. And with me, we were with Osie The Born Child, and I am 247 online nurse. And I hope the video was interesting. You've gotten something from the Bugishu community. And until next time, bye bye.